Firstly, it is absolutely not correct that accused number 1 was assaulted in my presence. That's not correct.
Okokuqala nje akusilona iqiniso ukuthi washaywa ngikhona umsolo wokuqala.
Secondly, there was no indication from him when I interacted with him, my lord, that he was assaulted. He never made such assertions to me.
Okwesibili ke ngathi ke nganginaye ke ngikhulumisana naye akukho akusho kumina ukuthi washaywa.
Thirdly, my lord, I did not observe any injuries when I was engaging him, or noted any signs of discomfort that suggests that he was assaulted or he was uncomfortable, my lord, according to my observations.
Ngoba lokho mina ke ngakubona uma ke ngimbhekile ke akukho ke ukulimala okubonakalayo noma kwakubonakala noma ke ukuthi ke uthole ukuthi ke cha kukhona nje okubonakala noma okutshengisayo ke ukuthi nje akaphathekile kahle.
Fourthly, my lord, as I've said earlier, and that came much later when we're dealing with the trial within trial, the entries following his detention on that after his arrest at Valera, specifically police station, I think he was detained just after 1 a.m. Because Colonel Mboto was done around 1 a.m. then he was detained. The entries from the time of his detention, regular hourly visit, up to the time when he was booked out on the 31st for the traditional healer investigation, to the time that he was taken to court on the 1st of June 2020 when he made his first appearance in Tembisa. There is no recording by those police officers from the stations or officers who inspected not only him, all inmates that were detained, where there was a recording that he complained of an assault, or they treated him for assault, or they noted that he was injured.
Nokuthi ke uma ngabe ke emuva kokuthi ke uKenya Mboto eseqedile ke ngaye ngoba ke waqeda ke ngo-12 ngo-1 a.m. uma eseyovalelwa ke esitokisini, uma ubheka ke lezo incwadi lezo ke nangesikhathi futhi esekhishwa ke ngazo i-31 ehanjiswa esiwa kuyena ke ubaba lona so i-traditional healer, nokuthi ngeyi-1 uma esemikiswa esiwa khona ke enkantolo, akukho nje la ekubhalwe khona ke kulezo incwadi lezo zase-police station ukuthi ke kukhona la abika khona noma abatshela khona ke ukuthi washaywa.
Now, fifthly, my lord, when I met accused number 1, as I've said earlier, it was at the parking lot of the police station, and he was in a VW red Golf that belongs to my office, and it was driven by Sergeant Muhola, who was the investigating officer in the warrant of arrest that he executed on accused number 1 for drug dealing. That's how I found him, my lord. And logic dictates, if you follow that this is the person that was responsible for the accused, and that's where I found him, my lord, in a vehicle that belonged to my office, assigned to the IO, and she's the one that informed me of this sort of admissions, and arrangements were made that we should meet there. I found him in a VW Golf belonging to my section, my lord.
Futhi ke mase ngihlangana naye ke umsolo wokuqala e-police station lase-Phosphorus wayekwimoto ebomvuko eyi-VW i-Golf eyayishayelwa uyena ke uSergeant Muhula, ekuyena owayephenya ke icala leliyana ayeboshelwe lona ke. Futhi ke leyo moto leyo ke iyimoto ke yehhovisi ingaphansi kwehhovisi engisebenza kulona manje, ukuthi ke ngoba kuyena ke wayephenya lelo cala umsolo wakhe wayengaphansi kwakhe ke ngaso leso sikhathi leso, kuyena futhi owangitshela ke ukuthi kukhona lokhu okwakushiwo uyena ke umsolo kuyena ala athi ke wayevuma khona ke phecelezi ma-admissions.
Further, my lord, I did not witness or saw a Ford Ranger and this type of assault that is referring to, that when he opened his eyes, then when the plastic was removed, I was there, and the Ford Ranger. That I did not witness, my lord. It didn't happen.
Futhi ke lokhu kukhuluma ukuthi ke wathi ke uma uplastic lona usukhishwa ke kuyena ke wasebona ke le Ford Ranger, angaze ngibone noma ngizange ngibone ke leyo Ford Ranger, futhi ke akuzange kwenzeke lokho.
Now, further, my lord, my interaction with accused number 1 did not happen at the precinct or the municipal building of the metro that I'm being referred to. It happened at the police station, because now I'm understanding that the scene of where we met now, it has changed. I said we met at the police station, and that's where we met. Now I'm being taken to the municipal offices, where apparently he was taken, and I met him there.
Okunye futhi ke manje sekuyashintsha ke lokho ukuthi manje sesahlangana ke noma ngahlangana naye ke kule ndawo ke kuthiwa kwakunamahhovisi khona ke umasipala wayekhona ke lapha abizwe namahhovisi ase Home Affairs ke kodwa mina ke uma ngangihlangana naye sahlangana police station.
The difficulty of comprehending that, my lord, other than the contradicting versions that has been given to me, is that because I know that place, my lord, as well. If we are sitting, so when you drive to Phosphorus, that is now leading to the police station, first you get a shopping center. It's a center, so with a lot of shops, my lord. Next to it, it will be these municipal offices that I'm being referred to, which has a fence, so you can see right through. Further down next to it, so they follow each other, then it's the Phosphorus court, and then just adjacent to it at the bottom, then is the police station. Now the difficulty I'm having, my lord, I was informed at 10 past, say after 1400 hours, it's daylight. If the understanding of the version I'm being given now is that after I'm being informed, he's taken to this spot and then he's being assaulted at a place which is adjacent to a shopping center, where a lot of people are moving up and down. In fact, in my recollection, one of that place even sells alcohol. So there's a lot of movement on Saturday, specific on Saturdays. We can visit that place, my lord. I know it specifically. I'm failing to understand how could the assault take place in the view, because the next door building is a shopping center. There's taxis there, be it the normal minibuses or the small ones. They call them Amapel. Accused number 1 knows that. It's very congested. So I'm finding it hard that that would have happened, my lord. Logic for me doesn't dictate, unless then it will mean these members are really looking to go to jail to commit such a crime blatantly and such openly, my lord.
Okuyindida kumina ke ukuthi le ndawo ke engitshela ngaye ukuthi lesigameko senzeka kuyona ke ngiyayazi ke le ndawo akhuluma ngayo ke futhi ke nje kunendawo ke namabhilidi ke athize ke noma hlukene ke ipolice station ikhona ke lapho icourt ikhona ke lapho ikhona ke futhi ne ngangathela ezitolo lokubiza ngokuthi ke i-shopping center elapho. Uma kuwukuthi ke washaywa ke lapho noma konke lokho kwenzeka kuyona leyo ndawo, kusho ukuthi ke nje kwenzeka lokho abantu nje bebaningi lapho ke kuphithizela nje lapho, ngoba ikhona ke nendawo edayisa ke utshwala kwakhona lapho ke umsolwa oqala uyazi kunamathekisi akhona lapho, amanye wawo abizwa ngokuthi ke amaphela. Manje ke kuya ukuthi ke lawo amaphoyisa lawo noma lamaphoyisa babe ngakwenzela khona lapho, kusho ukuthi babe ngakunakileke ukuthi babe ngaboshwa baye ejele ngokuthi benze into enjalo, ngoba ngishilo ke ukuthi uma ngabe ngithola ucingo ngibikelwa ngakho lokho kwakuse selishayile nje ihora lesibili.
Now further to this, my lord, and I've testified about this, up to the time when we got to accused number 1, the only name that was known as a potential suspect that we still needed to pursue to the investigation team, and that includes myself, was accused number 2. There was no mention at that stage or knowledge of Buthelezi surname being possibly involved or being the person of interest. So it will be inaccurate, my lord, that at that moment when accused number 1 is now arrested for the first time for the drug dealing matter, he is confronted with information that we did not even know about, because nowhere at that stage in terms of the investigation was the name of the Buthelezi brothers, be it misleading or not, ever being mentioned. What we knew is him, and we knew that from him we need to go to accused number 2 because his name was mentioned in the statement of Absalom Zungu. So that was the information that was at the disposal of the investigation team. Nothing was at the disposal of us insofar as the Buthelezi surname. So that could not be, it's improbable, my lord, because we did not know those names.
Lokhu ke kokuthi ke kwakhulunywa ke dangalabo ababili ke bakwaButhelezi ke lokho ke akusilona ke iqiniso, ngoba ke ngaleso sikhathi leso kwakuyena ke umsolo wokuqala esasikwazi ke ukuthi manje sizo uma sisuka kuyena ke umsolo wokuqala sizoya kuyena ke umsolo wesibili, ngoba ke igama lakhe lalikhona ke kwistatement sakhe uAbsalom Zungu. Manje ke akusilona ke iqiniso, akukho esasikwazi ngaye noma ngalaba ababili ke bakwaButhelezi. So akusilona ke iqiniso ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi leso ke babekhuluma noma ke kwakulaba nalaba ababili bakwaButhelezi ababekhuluma ngabo noma bembuza ngabo.
Now, furthermore, my lord, it is accused number 1 himself, when he interacted with me, we introduced the name of Marco and Makimbi firstly, and
Marco and, sorry?
Makimbi Buthelezi, during our interaction with Phosphorus. But subsequently, where the names were documented in the confession of Colonel Mboto, where you find the names, so it came for the first time there, and these were not known to us. What we knew is that it was him, as I've said earlier, in a company of accused number 2, and I've mentioned this, my lord, in my previous testimony, my lord, that the exposure or the identification of accused number 1 and 2 met the narrative, it fed the narrative that we're investigating, because what we had in terms of the people who were inside the house, they said it was alleged that there were 2 assailants who went in, 1 shot, 1 taller, and they demanded cell phones money and ran away. Now, we then receive information that points to 2 people. We have known the fitting in terms of what we're investigating was just perfect, that okay, these are the individuals, probably, because that's what we thought, it's a robbery that gone wrong, we have 2 suspects being identified, and that's what we need to look at. It is accused number 1 himself who introduced the presence of Marco and the presence of Makimbi as the people who went inside the house, and then he placed himself outside the house. And that's how now the Buthelezi brothers' name came in, my lord.
Amagama ke noma ke kwakuyena ke umsolo wokuqala uma ke noma nkathi ke mina ngangikhulumisana naye noma ngihlezi naye ke owaveza ke noma oweza ke nalamagama uMarco kanye naye ke uMakimbi Buthelezi futhi ke esasinako ke kwakuyena ke umsolo wokuqala kanye naye ke umsolo wesibili futhi ke lokhu ke ukuthi ke kwaba nalabo abasola ababili ke manje esasibabheka noma ke esasilandelela ke ekhondweni labo lokho ke kwakuhlangana ke naloko esasinako noma lokho esasiphenya ukuthi ke kwakunabantu ababili abangena ke omunye wayemfishane omunye emudeke bafuna ke ama cell phones kanye futhi ke nayo imali.
Now further to this, my lord, I'm simply saying he could not have been, this is accused number 1, be asked about the Buthelezi brothers when we did not have that information. The introduction of Buthelezi brothers, which we found to be a tool that was meant to mislead us, came from him. But then it was followed later and found that that portion of evidence was actually misleading when he gave the Buthelezi brothers.
Futhi kwangeke ke abuzwe ke ngalaba ababili ke baba Buthelezi ke ngoba ke kwatholakala ngoba ke leyo information leyo ke yaphuma ke noma yavezwa uyena ke kwatholakala ke uma ngaba qhubeka nalo ke uphenyo ukuthi ke kwangasilona ke iqiniso. Manje kwangeke ke abuzwe ngalabo bakwaButhelezi uma ngaba kwangekho into ababeyazi ngabo ngoba uyena umsolo wokuqala owaveza ke laba ababili bakwaButhelezi.
And further to this, my lord, the position of the Buthelezi brothers was established, confirmed independently on the investigation, not through him. It is through the investigation where we established that both brothers were incarcerated when this offense took place. So he was trying to mislead us. We found that in the course of investigation, we found that one of the brothers, Marco, passed away in 2016 after being released, and we found his other brother in prison who happened to be known to accused number 1. So he threw us to a person that he knew that was incarcerated in order to mislead the investigation, and mentioned this Marco, knowing that he's deceased, and he gave us the names of his homeboys. So he knew very well. It was not by incident. He knew that he gave us this, thinking that now we'll obviously take a bite and the investigation will be misled, my lord.
Okunye futhi ke uma kufika laba ababili ke abakwaButhelezi ukuthi wayazi ke ukuthi ngalesi sikhathi noma ke kwakungophenyo uma ngaba sesiqhubeka ngophenyo akusiyona ke into esayithola kuyena umsolo wokuqala ukuthi sathi uma siphenya sathola ukuthi ke nkathi isigameko lesi senzeka ke laba ababili bakwaButhelezi babevaleleke noma ke babesejeleke ngaleso sikhathi leso sabe sithola ke ukuthi omunye ke emuva kokuthi ededelwe ejele wase eshona ke ngo2016 omunye ke yena ke esejele futhi ke okunye futhi ukuthi wasinikeza ke amagama abantu aziyo ke ukuthi ke amagama abantu abuya nabo ke emakhaya noma ke phecelezi ke ama homeboys akhe lokho ke wayesinika amagama lena azi ukuthi labantu babesejele nokuthi ke futhi ke abantu ke laba abaziyo ke ama homeboys akhe.
Now, my lord, with regard to Deep Kloof, the sequence of, because I'm being told now I was in Deep Kloof, the sequence of events after we left Phosphorus, as I indicated, my lord, I had no knowledge as to who will I find to assist me. in taking down the confession from accused number one. What I did, I directed the members that they must go to Eraton, the provincial office of the detectives in Gauteng, because at that stage I had no knowledge. So my thinking was that we will drive there, because we have an office that we can utilize, then we can be there while we arrange, or I continue with the process of finding an independent police officer to take this commission. So as a result, the arrangement from Phosphorus was, a directive was given to me to say, members, let's go to Phosphorus, to the provincial office in Gauteng. He left with the members, I drove with my car to Eraton, my lord.
Okunye futhi sengiyatshelwa ke manje ukuthi mina ke ngangise Diepkloof ke kulokho ke mina ngangingazi ke ngaleso sikhathi ukuthi ubani ke engizomthola ukuthi ke alekelele ngaso lesi statement lesi ke esasizothathwa kuyena ke umsolwa wokuqala. Lapho ke mina ngase ngithi ke kuma members lawo ke ukuthi akuhanjwe ke kuyiwe eEraton ngoba kula khona ke emahhovisi esifunda awo ke ama detectives akhona ukuthi ke sizobe sisebenzisa lawo mahhovisi ke ngale nkathi mina ngisabheka ke noma ngisafuna ukuthi ke ubani ozosilekelela noma ke ozothatha ke leyo confession leyo kuloko ukuthi mina ke wangifica ke noma bangifica ngise Diepkloof.
Now, my lord, it was en route to Eraton that firstly I was able then to get assistance from Colonel Mboto, but various people were phoned prior to him who said, I can assist you. And then in that discussion, he then said, the accused, the suspect, this is now accused number one, must be taken to Diepkloof SAPS where he's going to meet him. That was telegraphically en route to Eraton, my lord.
Endleleni noma emgwaqeni ke oya noma endleleni eya khona ke eEraton yila khona ke ngoba ke kunabantu ke abahlukeneke ke engangixhumana nabo ke noma ekwaqhunyana nabo ke la engathola khona yena ke uKolonel Mboto wasethi ke umsolwa lowo ke akalethwe eDiepkloof yila azohlangana naye khona.
My lord, then that is the time when I then phoned Constable Monareng, because I could see that he was not part of the team that was at Phosphorus, to come and take accused number one from me at Eraton Police Provincial Office to Colonel Mboto.
Ila khona ke manje sangaxhumana khona ke naye uConstable Monareng ngoba ke ngabona ukuthi wayengasiyona ke ingxenye yalaba bekhona ke ePhosphorus. Ngimcela ukuthi aze eEraton azothatha kumina ke umsolwa wokuqala ahambe naye ke ukuthi amhambise kuyena ke uKolonel Mboto eDiepkloof.
And that's exactly how it transpired, my lord. From Phosphorus, my first stop was Eraton, not Diepkloof. I never went to Diepkloof. Subsequent to that, Constable Monareng arrived and I handed accused number one to him. He was in a company of another member, just don't recall. Yes, I don't recall the name, my lord. Yes.
Is it Buthelezi, Mr. the State?
Mapumulo, I think.
Hello?
Mapumulo,
sorry. Yeah, Mapumulo.
Then, my lord, they took the accused one now to Diepkloof. I remained at the provincial office. I think after midnight or so, Colonel Mboto then called me to say he was done. But I recall that it was specific that the confession form, he will not give it to the members, I must come and collect it from him in hand. That is how the issue of the confession was dealt with. So at no stage, my lord, did I go to Diepkloof, or was I now there when accused number one was taken to Diepkloof? That is misleading, with greatest respect, my lord.
Ila khona ke manje ngase ngikhuluma naye ke uMonareng weza ke eEraton la engangikhona ke ukhona ke ehamba naye ke ulekelele ke umshishi athi ke uyena uMaphumulo la abafika khona ke bamthatha ke umsolwa baya naye eDiepkloof. eDiepkloof ngicabanga ukuthi ke lalselishayile ke ihora le-12 ebusuku la khona ke axhumana nami khona uKolonel Mboto ngitshela ke ukuthi ke useqedile kodwa ke akangeke istatement leso noma ke confession leyo ayinikezeke ama member ukuthi mina ke kuzofanele ngize eDiepkloof ngizoyilanda yila khona ke mina ke engihlangana khona neDiepkloof kodwa ngikaze ngiye eDiepkloof ngaphambi kwalokho noma ngesikhathi leso iconfession eyayithathwa ngaso.
No. He didn't say, my lord, I must come and collect it at Diepkloof. He said I must come and fetch it in his station. So he was the branch commander at the time of Randbeck detectives. Yeah, of Randbeck detectives. And that's where I went to fetch it. Not that day, I think a day or 2 days later. Yes, Randbeck detective, yes, not in Diepkloof. So he said, I'm done. I'm going to take the form with me. Then we'll make arrangement to meet in my office. He was the branch commander for Randburg Detectives, and that's where the form was collected.
ngicela ke ukuthi ngilungise lokhu ke ukuthi cha sibona ke ukuthi wathi uKenyan Mboto angize ngizoyithatha iconfession khona ke eDeep Groove cha yila nje iconfession eyathathelwa khona ke noma athi umsola kalethe khona kodwa yena ke waye branch commander yabafeshi noma ke ama detectives ase Randburg ngicabanga ukuthi ke kwavela usuku noma ke insuku ezimbili singiyoyithatha ke kodwa ngilungisa nje la ndawo la bengithe khona ke ukuthi ke iconfession lengayoyithatha eDeep Groove.
Now, I think lastly, my lord, in the form, and I've covered this part, but I just want to add something on it, that when I received the confession form, eventually from Colonel Mboto, there was no recordings in the form which indicates that accused number 1 reported an assault, or that suggests that when Colonel Mboto observed accused number 1, he saw injuries of assault, being physically assaulted by the police, so that he received that the police assaulted the police by using plastics and kicking, that I'm being told. I don't remember seeing such an entry. But of utmost importance, my lord, in my knowledge, Colonel Mboto is retired now, was a very senior detective even before me. Hence he was a branch commander, very skilled, very knowledgeable, and ethical in my knowledge. I doubt very much, my lord, that he would have disregarded and exposed himself to covering, because it really will amount to that he sees someone is assaulted and then he exposes himself now to not documenting and be part of this covering. Same with myself. I don't understand what will I achieve, my lord, because here we were seized with a matter, and that is including me, to simply investigate and find the truth, not to violate people's rights. Other than that, it's part of the mandate that I am given as a police officer. There was nothing personal insofar as the accused are before court. None of them are known to me. The victim is not known to me. All the people involved in this matter, including witnesses and people of interest, none of them are known to me. So I was just seized with this matter because I was appointed to investigate. I had no personal interest except to simply do my work and nothing else, my lord. So there will be no reason, none whatsoever, for me to violate the accused's constitutional rights. And that is why I said what was of paramount to me when I was told that he seems to be making admissions. In the course of investigation, I took a position to say, let me go there, warn him according to his right, ensure that he understands his right, and establish what he wants to do freely and voluntarily. Why would I then be part of the assault, my lord? To gain what, really, for purpose? To expose myself to such criminal, because it's criminal. It will amount to criminality, and I become an accomplice. For what purpose, my lord? It's something that I'll never do.
Futhi ke ukugcina ke uma ngikhuluma ngaso ke istatement lesi noma iform lena ke uKenyan Mboto ayebhale phansi kuyona ke akukho lapho na ke engabona khona ebhalile khona noma ekwakubhalwe khona ke nokuthi mhlambe ke wakhona ndawo ke kuyena umsolwa emtshela ke ukuthi ke washaywa nokuthi uma uKenyan Mboto awaye embhekile wabona ke ukuthi ke cha lo muntu lona wayeshayiwe ke ngoba ke uKenyan Mboto ngasho ukuthi ke futhi ke bekumseshi ke uMkantshubomvu futhi ke ngaphambi waqala futhi ke ngaphambi kwami ingakho nje wayeyona ke ibranch commander angiboni ke ukuthi ke wayengathi ke akushaya indiva ke uma ukuthi wabona ukuthi lo muntu ophambi kwakhe umuntu oshayiwe athi ke ukwenzelani ke lokho ngoba ke lokho umuntu lowo ongathi ke uphula umthetho noma ke ubulelesi ke lokho nami ke nanje bakushiwa ukuthi uma ngangikwenzile nanje bakushiwa noma insolo zisho ukuthi ngangizothi ngikwenzelani ngoba ke abasolo labo abantu ke ngangabazi ngaleso sikhathi noma engabazi kanye futhi ke naso ke isizulu kulona lecala leli umuntu engamazi mina nganikezwa nje umsebenzi ukuthi angiphenye ilokho ke engakwenza ukuthi ngangizothi ke ngishaye noma ngingxenye abantu abashayayo ngizothi ngikwenzelani lokho yini engizoyizuza kulokho.
My lord, the very last point is that this version, as I've said, my lord, and I'm saying with greatest respect, I think it's tailor-made, or accused number 1 is making it as it goes along, because that's not what was said to me by the late Mr. Mngomezulu. The one that now he has given to Advocate Mnisi, and I do understand and respect the difficulties that Advocate Mnisi is in.
No,
Because these are his-
no, Brigadier.
Can I
Yeah,
finish?
I'm not in a difficulty. I'm not in a difficulty.
But can I just finish
Don't
this last
assume.
part? All right, now I won't
Thank you.
assume. I won't
Thank
assume.
you.
I simply wanted to say the
I'm not
very-
trying to walk in a park.
No, I understand. I
Thank you.
understand. What I wanted to say, my lord, is that the version that was given to to Mr. Mngomezulu,
Yes.
which he put to me insofar as where the assault took place, is different from what now Advocate Mnisi says are his instructions. And I was simply saying it in that context, and we can go to the record in that dispute, because nowhere, and that's my recollection, during the cross-examination by Mr. Mngomezulu, was it put to me that he was assaulted in front of me at these municipal offices where plastic was put and so forth. It was never said. Where now I'm being said I was present, it's new, my lord, and I was saying it in that context, and that would be my response.
Engikushoyo ke lana ukuthi manje ke kushiwo ke okubili okwahlukile ke kuloko okwakushiwo kumina nkathi ke esaphila ke yena uMr Mngomezulu indawo ke la ukushaywa ke ukuthi ke wayeshayelwe khona ke hlukile ke kunaloko manje okushiwo kumina ke kuyena uAdvocate uMnisi khulunywa ke ngayo le ndawo lena ke kuthiwa indawo yakhe ke uMasipala yiloko ngishoyo ukuthi ke izinto ezimbili ezihlukene lezi.
Sorry, Mr. Mnisi, I heard you say that it will be put to the brigadier that he was kicked, your client was kicked
Yes.
when he fell onto the floor. You didn't specify who kicked him. You don't have to. Just thinking, because they say Sergeant Mahola, who's a female, was there. Did she kick also, or what?
May I respond, my lord?
Yes? Yeah, fine.
Thank you, my lord. This poor person.
No, take instructions. If you don't have...
I do know his story, man.
Yeah, you can say it.
Thank you.
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
Because it's a simple question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did Sergeant Mahola, who's female, I'm told, or understand, did she also kick
That is,
your
what
client?
that is what I'm trying to explain, my lord.
Oh, I see.
Brigadier had 30 minutes to explain. Can I just be afforded just 1 minute to explain and to respond to the question, my lord? This poor person is blindfolded. There's a plastic over his face. He's lying down. He's been kicked. He could probably not be in a position to know who was kicking him. That's the answer, my lord.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, are you done, Brigadier?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And exactly, it's 1 o'clock. Thank you, my lord. May we have an adjournment?
Yeah, okay. Until 2?
Yes.
Sifana ne team.